Hey gang, what's going on? Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Gentleman on Films movie marathon, aka the Go Fuck Yourself Ryan Chataway's 24-hour movie marathon. So, this week it was Ian's picks for me. If you don't know what's going on by now, you're just going to have to figure it out by your fucking self because I'm not holding your hand any goddamn more, okay? We're grumpy and we're gentlemen, but we're grumpy first, so fuck that. Anyway, Ian gave me. I don't remember what he gave me first, but I didn't own it. No, at first he gave me Oliver and then said I really didn't have to watch that because he knows my deep hatred. So he gave me Black Swan. And no, then he gave me Blackmail from Hitchcock. And I said, man, I'd really rather keep that for the Hitchcock films series we're doing. So he said, okay, how about Touch of Evil? And then it was like, well, you gave that to Harry. I said, but I'd still like to watch it again. I haven't watched it in a while. But in the meantime, he had given me Black Swan. I said, you know what? Harry's watching Touch of Evil. I'll watch it later. I'm not really in the mood that much, and I haven't seen Black Swan except for one time. So I decided to watch that, and boy, was that a fucking mistake. He also gave me his favorite movie of all time, and that's what I'm watching for everybody in the group, their favorite movie of all time. And his favorite movie of all time, believe it or not, as grumpy, sarcastic, and just a miserable fuck he is Mary Poppins. I, however, am not the biggest Mary Poppins fan. I enjoy it for what it is. I do love the fact that, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but it has not deserved an upgrade from me. And this one's just good enough, even though it's like janky and broke. Look at this. I think I just fixed it. Well, son of a bitch, I did. And then, of course, a random movie from everybody, and his random movie was, of course, Black Swan. You see how much I gave a fuck. I bought it used on DVD, just out of curiosity, because it was an Aronofsky movie. So, not as weird. Let's talk about it first. Starring, of course, damn light. Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, which I'm not a fan of. I can't watch her. I just hear Meg from Family Guy all the time. And this is really annoying. I'm going through Criminal Minds, like binge watching it, and Joe Montana's in it, if that's how you say his fucking name. And he plays Fat Tony on The Simpsons, and I just keep seeing Fat Tony integrated in with these FBI profilers, and it's a lot better that way. Anyway, Black Swan. Black Swan's about a girl that wants to be the lead. She gets the lead, and then she's more White Swan than Black Swan. And then comes along Mila Kunis. She's a better Black Swan. They play off each other. They have a gigantic lesbian scene. Natalie Portman starts growing feathers out of her back. And Winona Ryder stabs her face a lot. There you go. That's it. It's about this chick that she just doesn't have it in her to be good and bad at the same time. Other than that, whatever Aronofsky wanted us to see is missed by me again. But it's not, Requiem for a Dream, so it makes a little bit more sense. It is beautifully shot. It is, overall, the story itself from A to B is told really well. It progresses fine. The acting in it is superb. Natalie Portman, hands down, did deserve the best actress for this, for this year. 2000, 2000. I don't have my glasses on, so I have to read like I'm fucking 900 years old. 2010. 108 minutes, and it felt like 108 minutes, because even though I say it flowed nice and it was, it was beautiful going through there, there were a lot of times where it was like, come on. I want to see more of the dark stuff. I don't give a fuck about her breaking her toes and shit. Let me see that fucking feather grouch your back, or let's have a backflash of Mina Kunis, and yikes. Anyway, Black Swan, not one of my favorites. I do have to say, though, as far as Natalie Portman goes, which I'm also not a fan, but you know what? Not saying not a fan is not really fair for her, because I wouldn't say that I'm not a huge fan of this movie, but I really did enjoy her in this, and it's probably her best performance. But I still gotta go back to The Professional. Even though she's so young in that, she's spectacular. And the movie where she lives in Walmart and she's pregnant, I always forget where the heart is. Maybe she does a really good job in that movie, and it's also one a lot like Black Swan that I don't. The movie's but her performance is really good. Will Black Swan ever be watched again? There's a good chance it won't. There's a good chance it won't. But I gotta give you props, Nat. Good job. And next, on to Sir Ian of Wales, the backbone of the grumpy old bastards, Mary Poppins. I have an affection for films that mix animation with real life, and especially, even though it sells, hand-drawn animation, not like the new stuff. It's just, I think it's kind of cheating nowadays, because everything's CG'd anyway. We just CG'd this whole castle and mountain and a bunch of rocks and shit. What's CG in a fucking penguin? I mean, that's just an extra fucking penguin. You get the fucking intern. Hey, dumbass, we need a penguin. Can you go CG the penguin? Because we did everything else. You CG the penguin. That's probably the same intern that got tasked with drawing the big blue dick in Watchmen. Man, we got it all done, but you're going to have to draw the big blue dick. It's just not, we're not doing that. That's you, intern. But yeah, so nowadays the animation with the real life isn't as impressive. Like Pete's Dragon, this one I'll use. The original is fantastic, and part of the appeal is the way it looks. And the newer one, while I did enjoy the movie for what it was, the CG with that, it's just, and it wasn't even like cartoonish, like these. These make it fun. These make it entertaining. These give it a magical feeling. My favorite, of course, is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and that it gives it a story for why it's like that. Mary Poppins, she is a nanny that comes because there's a couple fucking brats that need nannying. Julie Andrews, of course, spectacular, beautiful. I fell asleep in the new one at the theater. Never bothered to buy it. I'm not sure that I ever will. Emily Blunt's fine, but I don't even know what it's about. I don't even know why she came back. I assume one of the kids turned out assholes and she came back. This starring the highlight of the whole film, Dick Van Dyke, and his being a chimney sweep and doing his job, and just the overall story is magical. The movie is magical. It still holds up. This is the 40th anniversary edition, okay? And this movie came out in... It doesn't say. Why is it always so stupid? 1964. Yes. So this was the 40th anniversary. So this is quite an old disc. Probably the second disc that they put out, I would think. Because I'm sure the 40th anniversary wasn't the first Blu-ray or DVD that came out of this. But it still holds up. It's still, if you have small children, under the age of 6, before they have found Fortnite and all that shit, if you have those youngster kids, this is still a movie that you can throw in and entertain their innocence. Or if you're old as fuck like us, it's still a decent movie to throw in for a lot of people. For me, yeah, every now and then it's not too bad. When I watched it this time, it was, I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I'm sitting here wearing a fucking red rum shirt and a fucking exorcist hat watching Mary Poppins and having a hell of a time, and that's cool. That's the definition of fucking cool, right there. Mary Poppins meets the Exorcist. Anyway, I had a lot of fun watching this. I'm glad Ian likes the movie. It just blew my mind that, well, I've known this for a very long time, but that this is his favorite movie of all time. I thought for sure I was going to be watching some Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that I could give two fucks about. Probably Twins or some dumb... No, he likes explosions. I would have liked Commando. That would have been a good one to watch. He'd probably pick Raw Deal. Or the one that everybody like, True Lies. Jamie Lee Curtis is not a draw to me for that movie, to make it that movie. There's just a lot of Arnold movies that I don't give a shit about. And the only reason I'm even talking about that is because it's Ian's video. But anyway, Black Swan, Mary Poppins. Hopefully I do Jay's next week. For some fucking reason, Jay, and I'll go ahead and spoil this, Jay's favorite movie of all time is Midnight Cowboy. I have not seen it in a very long time, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm going to watch it this week. And his movie that he randomly gave me was Grease 2, which I love. I'm not a huge musical fan. This is another reason that this one doesn't do the best for me, but it has good songs in it. They are catchy. And he gave me Grease 2 to watch, which I prefer over the original Grease. I don't know why. Probably because John Travolta's a fucking tool, but anyway, I went over to the shelf where the G's are over there, and it's not there. Grease is there. I have the Rydell edition of Grease. Woo. So G's over there. I go all the way down the rest of the G's. Maybe I put it in the wrong fucking order. I'm from McDermott, Ohio. I'm retarded. So I go all the way over here where M goes down to P. Not there. Then I go up here where we have P that goes all the way here. It's a mess over there, but you can see. See, I go all the way over there. Nope. Nope. Not there. Nope. Not there. Not in that fucking mess. Oh, nope. It's not way back there in the corner. Yeah, I don't fucking own it. How in the fucking world I don't own Grease 2 is beyond me. And I've probably lost it. I lost an entire James Bond box set, so I could lose Grease 2. That's feasible. It's very feasible. But anyway, I ordered Grease 2 off of eBay. I found it a really good deal on a steelbook that looks like a school locker. Has Grease 1 and Grease 2 in it on Blu-ray, and I was really pleased with that. So hopefully that comes in, and if not, I'll either watch Mike's or Harry's. The only two left after Jay's. Kind of holding off Harry's to last. Casablanca. There's another spoiler for you. But I'll get through it. So, till next time, guys, remember, hashtag no fucks given. Red rum. Whoops, camera's over here. Red rum.